Hello and welcome back to another episode of Getting Started with Dwarf Fortress, the tutorial series here with me, the Mooch Mouse. This is a tutorial series for new players wanting to get into Dwarf Fortress, so we are covering the basics, and today we are getting into completing our farms, telling them what to sow in it, and also getting the still up and running so we have that taken care of and don't have to worry about that in the future. This is a little bit make it up as we go with regards to the content of this episode. I'll just taking you through what I'm basically doing every step of the way once I start a fortress. So it's a little bit back and forth. Sorry about that. If anyone was hoping for a more structured tutorial, you've come to the wrong place, but it will help you get started. So we see we have two new races added to Auto Butcher. Remember, we set up Auto Butcher in the previous episode. You can go back and watch that if you didn't see it. But here Auto Butcher is running in the background and it has picked up that we now have donkeys and rabbits. A good thing to do once you get migrants is actually to go to your surface where you have the pasture, pen/pasture. Hover over it or hit I, go over it. Hold Shift N for pasture information, and now we hit Shift P and Shift G. And here we see we have two new animals that hasn't been pastured yet. So if we didn't pasture them now, they would probably starve to death at some point. In later versions of Dwarf Fortress, like the one we're playing now, and the one you probably downloaded if you started at the beginning of this tutorial series, you will get an alert saying animal number or something is starving, and it'll tell you about the animal. And that's usually an indicator that you have had migrants, they have brought some animals, and you forgot to put them out to pasture. So we're just going to do this and assign both of them to this pasture so they won't die. While we're up here, we're going to do another thing. We see we still have our wagon here, so I'm going to hit Q, hover over it, so it'll flash a screen, and hit X. That'll tell the dwarves to disassemble it. We'll get some wood and some other parts out of it. And the items that are still in it will be just left on the ground. Hello, Mucho Mouse from the future here. Little did I know what was about to happen in this save game. But rest assured, it is not the end of the tutorial series, no matter what I say in the rest of this video. But it's going to be the end of this save game. I'm going to have to start over on a new save game, bring it quickly up to speed where we were, so I can continue talking about the things we were going to talk about. But anyways, enjoy the rest of the episode and see what transpired.
Oh, I can't figure it out. It was always there.
You should be my hands.
Yes, I should be your hands. I claim this workshop in the name of invention!
We don't have what he needs. This could end terribly for us. Oh my god, all the things! Why, game, do you do this to me? This might be the end of the tutorial. So this episode is probably going to be called Fun, because this is what happens with Dwarf Fortress, and this is what makes Dwarf Fortress fun. There's all kinds of stuff that can happen. So what we're talking about today now is we've had we're going to do simple things, get stuff set up. But no, one of our dwarves was possessed. And then we still haven't figured that out. I'm just going to hit enter. I should probably have read that to you, but it's been on screen forever. You could have read it by now yourself. Our dwarves are in here. They're trying to make cloth for this dwarf who's probably going to be crazy. And then a freaking a werebeast shows up. If We are insanely lucky. The werebeast is nowhere near our entrance. No, he's over here. He's over here. He's right next to us. He's here. There's no freaking way we're surviving this. We don't have walls. We don't have military. There's no defenses. There's no way we're surviving this. Let's enjoy the horror show. That is going to be this. Wow! I am amazed. Did we actually just do what I think we did? I am beyond amazed. Well, this is an excellent opportunity to show you what happens. A werebeast. Yeah, our jeweler's dead. Yeah. Let's look at announcements. Yeah, our jeweler died. That's fine. What happened? Well, as you all read and saw, the were-to-peer came. Werebeasts are a particularly nasty, annoying thing in Dwarf Fortress. It can be disabled. I might show you that at some point, how to disable it. I just need to go and figure it out for myself. But you can change that in the init file, that you don't get werebeasts. But that's taking away part of the core and the fun of Dwarf Fortress also, I think. So let's not do that right now. But they are basically people, dwarves, elves, goblins possibly also, who are cursed. They have a were curse. They become were beasts. This, for instance, was a were-to-peer. You could have a were zebra. You could have a were elephant. You could have a were mouse. And it is basically a tapir twisted into humanoid form. Now you will know why you fear the night, etc. Like you all read. It spawns near the base. If you have a wall, you could close the gates quickly, hoping it doesn't get in, and it'll just go away in a little month, because once the moon phase is over, it turns back into a human or elf or whatever and runs away. But now that didn't happen. We don't have walls, we don't have anything. We probably have someone who's now infected with the were curse, depending on if they have been bitten. And this is an excellent opportunity for me to show you some of the in-depth, detailed level of combat and the gore and the gruesome detail that we can get in Dwarf Fortress 4 battles. Now you might be thinking that, okay, they just fought, there's some red stains on the floor, not that gruesome. Yeah, but let's read the combat log. And we do that by hitting R for reports. And here we have a page of stuff that happened. And this is the same log multiple times, but from the different combatants' point of view. So if we just look from the were-to-peer point of view, we know everyone fought the were-to-peer. We have, from that little skirmish, 7 pages of combat log. So we'll just go down and we'll look at it from the top. And we can see here the jeweler has been attacked by the were-to-peer, but it jumps away. The miner pushes the were-to-peer in the neck with her left hand, bruising the fat. The were-to-peer becomes enraged. The were-to-peer grabs the jeweler by the first finger, right hand, with its left lower arm. The were-to-peer takes the jeweler down by the first finger, right hand, with the were-to-peer's left lower arm. And then it keeps going, and it gets gruesome. And the were-to-peer fights. Let's see. Outpost liaison scratches the were-to-peer. The jeweler hits, bruising the muscle. Grabs, charges, collides, is knocked over. Here we have. The miner strikes the were-to-peer in the left lower arm with her copper pick. Yeah, pickaxes? Deadly fucking weapons, yo. Tearing the muscle and bruising the bone. An artery has been opened by the attack. A sensory nerve has been severed. The ligament has been torn and a tendon has been torn. So here we keep going. Were-to-peer misses the clothier. Misses. Yeah, the wear-to-peer is going at it. There's some color coding to this here. The purple parts, stuff that happens to us. The blue parts, stuff that happens to it. So we use page down and we see what's happening here. Yeah, he has stabbed the copper pick has been lodged firmly in the wound. Yeah. Here the wear-to-peer falls over. Where did the jeweler die? The jeweler fought. The jeweler has been found dead. Jeweler falls over. Yeah, there's some stuff happening here. The wear-to-peer grabbed the jeweler, takes him down. He stands up. He's taken down again. And now he releases the grip. He charges. He's jogged over. He stands up. Attacks, but jumps away. Tearing through the giant cave spider silk cloak. Yeah, he was bitten. Didn't say anything about puncturing. Now this guy is dead, so it doesn't really matter. Tearing apart the muscle. Many nerves have been severed. Yeah, so he just took a bite out of the jeweler. The jeweler's left hand. He's bitten in the right foot, sorry. Bruising the muscle and bone. Tendons have been torn. He's just shaken around and by the right foot, and the severed part sails off in an arc. So he tore his foot off. And the jeweler says, "I'm wounded. That is very annoying." Releases the joint lock. He has a joint lock on him? Jesus. There's all kinds of things here. He drops his foot. And then he bites him again. And again and again. Yeah. So the jeweler died. We probably have some werebeasts at this point. The way you would tell that is by going through the entire list. I'm not going to do that. There's trouble enough as it is in this fortress at this point. I'm going to have to start a new fortress, get going to right about where I was, probably get some more structure and set up the various things so we can talk about them in a tutorial sort of format, without the threat of possessed dwarves going crazy and killing everyone, or werebeasts coming out of nowhere and killing everyone. Just so we can talk about it. But it is a good thing to have in this tutorial, and I love that this happened, because it shows you the randomness and the craziness that can happen in a game like Dwarf Fortress. So the way we would figure out if we now have a were monster within us is that you would have to look through all of these things. And we'll have to see, did it ever bite anyone? Did it ever bite someone, piercing the skin? Or we could cheat, and at this point we will, because I'm just going to unpause, let it go for a little bit. Then I'm going to read. We can cheat using Dwarf Therapist. I don't recommend this. I don't encourage anyone to cheat and figure this out on their own. But for werebeasts, I will admit I might cheat to figure out who's the werebeast, because that is so annoying. But if you have a vampire, no, don't cheat. Don't spoil yourself and figure out what it is. So if we go to File and we go to Options, there is a box here called I am a dirty cheater. And then we can say we can highlight cursed creatures with purple. Read. Yep. We now have 2 people who are affected by the wear-to-peer curse. Which basically means next full moon, they're going to turn, they're going to become wear-to-peers, they're going to kill everybody around them, bite some more people, who's also going to become wear-to-peers, and then the entire horrible spiral goes on and we all die. So that's the thing. I think I'm going to call this episode here. Next episode is going to be a brand new fortress, brand new things. We're gonna set up. I'm gonna get everything up to scratch where I want it. Have the outpost place about the same place as we were. It's gonna be a different map, and then we can continue talking about stuff without the fear of possessed dwarves who don't get what they want, and having weird creatures all around. So, see you next one.